how you're procuring your raw materials, from where you're procuring it.
Right.
How does it go through your entire production manufacturing process? How is it affected by the quality standards and the quality requirements set by your global audience or by the local audience wherever you're selling? And how does it reach to the distribution network? How are you connected with your distribution network? Who are your strategic partners there? And from the strategic partnership, from the distribution network, how does it translate into a final sale? How does your customer, respond to you in terms of payments and so on? So the entire value chain is now very important, and therefore it's no longer a business head of a certain department. The only thing that he can think about is the betterment of his department as such. He needs to see what is his role in this entire journey. So if you are looking for setting up a new plant,
Right.
if you are looking at acquiring a new region for sales, these decisions can also be based on what was your trend of the past.
Okay.
It can also tell you what the market is thinking. It can also tell you, how your customers are responding to anything new that you have always introduced. If you, for example, introduced a byproduct,
Right.
which was not there earlier,
Yeah.
how are they reacting to it? Are they takers?
Yeah.
And so on. All this information is not needed for you to subjectively analyze.
Right.
It is available for you to objectively look at from your data.
Yeah.
Okay, so data is no longer a byproduct; it is a strategic partner in your journey.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a mindset shift definitely which needs to come in. When you are doing an SAP implementation, look at what the standard fit to standard best practices has to offer.
Absolutely.
What does it offer to you? Does it give you something which is easily moldable and usable by your organization?
Right.
With just taking a core
Hmm.
and building on top of that. So you might still need to build on top of that, but building on top is different from changing the core.
Right. Got it.
And SAP now is giving you the opportunity of retaining the core as it is and building on top of that.
Yeah.
So this is another very, very important mindset shift, which I expect that we should, all collaboratively think about and exercise it. So the other thing which, is a very set thing in our minds, and this calls for a mindset shift, of course, is that data is not a byproduct of IT anymore. So you are having a lot of insightful information that you are holding already.
Right.
Maybe the past systems or the legacy of systems which you were using did not give you the opportunity to use that data in a certain way. Okay, so the legacy systems was primarily focused on managing the commercial part of the transaction.
Yeah.
Or the statutory part of the transaction, making sure that your sales invoice is coming out, making sure that your e-invoice is filed. So that was the focus. And therefore, data is just a byproduct. The customer data is lying, the debtors information, the creditors information is lying, what is the day sales outstanding is lying in the system. And you can pick it up and use it. And it really was dependent on how well you are able to interpret that data to be able to use it to a certain way, right? However, now with all these new very intelligent systems like SAP S/4HANA Cloud, you get a completely different view of the data. It is now your strategic partner. All departments are involved.
Correct.
It's not possible that one department lags behind in terms of giving information or sharing the process list or even giving a testing list, for example. They cannot be far behind. Everyone has to work in conjunction with each other. How do we make sure that this works well? There needs to be a system in place for giving a continuous feedback to each other. If somebody is a decision maker, he needs to be present. He needs to be available. If somebody is the executor, then he needs to be in the know of things. If he's not doing something in the spirit of the project, or he's doing something in a different way than what everyone else is expecting, then he needs to be brought into the alignment framework. Correct? And this performance feedback and this needs to be a continuous exercise. you need to keep monitoring how we are doing towards the end game. So we need to all be very conscious about that. And the whole exercise of doing the project well will only work if the culture is trusting and everyone is with each other. Everybody is cohesively working towards a common goal. So this is exactly how I would say it needs to be looked at in this fashion.